Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating story that connects the world of coin collecting with a jaw-dropping value that has some people thinking twice about the small change in their pockets. What if I told you that a coin, not even worth a single cent in face value, could potentially fetch millions of dollars at auction? Well, that's exactly what happened with a rare 2015 D1-cent coin that has made headlines for its extraordinary worth in the world of numismatics. It's easy to overlook coins in your pocket, isn't it? They're small, insignificant, and for the most part, just a way to make change. But for some collectors, those seemingly simple coins hold incredible potential for value that most people would never imagine. One of the most mind-blowing cases of this phenomenon is the 2015 D1-cent coin. You've probably got a few of those in your change drawer right now, but let me assure you, not all of them are created equal. Let's take a trip back to 2015 and look at the circumstances that led to this one coin becoming worth millions. Most of the time, pennies aren't the most sought-after collectible coins, especially when compared to the rare silver dollars or limited edition gold coins. In fact, most pennies are considered common and hold little to no value beyond their face value. However, as with many things in life, there are always exceptions. The year 2015 was an interesting one for coin collectors. A small but significant error occurred in the United States Mint's production of pennies that year, specifically with coins minted at the Denver Mint. These coins, which were supposed to be standard, contained a rare mistake that made them stand out from the millions of other pennies in circulation. The 2015 D1-cent coin in question had a very specific flaw, an error that, while subtle to the naked eye, made it a priceless piece of history. At first glance, the coin might look like any other penny, with its copper-colored finish and the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front. But a closer inspection reveals a flaw in the die used to mint the coins. This error, known as a double die, or die clash, resulted in a slightly misaligned image on the coin. This mistake wasn't immediately noticed, as it wasn't something that could be easily seen without a magnifying glass or under specific lighting conditions. But when sharp-eyed collectors began to notice the irregularities, word quickly spread, and the hunt for these rare coins was on. What makes this error particularly interesting is that it wasn't just a one-off occurrence. While the mistake was rare, it wasn't completely unheard of. Coins with such errors can, in some cases, become incredibly valuable to collectors. But this particular 2015 D penny was different from others because of its rarity and the significant mistake involved. This wasn't just a slight misprint or a minor misalignment. The error was so striking that it immediately became a topic of conversation among the numismatic community. As news spread, collectors began seeking out these rare pennies, checking their change, and scouring online auctions. Some people, realizing that they might have stumbled upon something valuable, started to hold on to their 2015 D pennies, hoping they'd strike it rich one day. Others took a more proactive approach, spending time searching through rolls of pennies at banks, looking for that elusive coin that might make them millions. It didn't take long for the first few examples of this rare coin to hit the market. The first auction where the coin appeared was met with shock and excitement. For a small, seemingly insignificant coin, the bidding quickly soared into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. As more examples of the error emerged, the prices continued to climb. What was once thought to be a minor flaw in the production process became a hot commodity, with collectors willing to pay an exorbitant price for the chance to own one of these rare pieces of American history. At this point, you might be wondering, why does this one coin, of all coins, command such a high price? What makes it so valuable? The answer lies in a combination of factors. First, rarity is always a key factor in determining the value of any collectible item. The 2015 D penny, with its unique error, is incredibly rare, and that rarity makes it highly desirable to collectors who are always on the lookout for unusual or limited edition coins. The error itself was so striking that it immediately caught the attention of those in the numismatic world, making it one of the most talked about coins of its time. Additionally, the provenance of the coin, where it came from and its history, adds to its value. Coins with a known history, such as those that were once in the possession of famous collectors or that were part of a significant event in history, are often worth far more than coins without such a backstory. In the case of the 2015 D1 cent coin, the fact that it was produced in error by the US Mint, and the subsequent discovery of this mistake by a few dedicated collectors, only added to its mystique and appeal. The surge in value for this particular coin also highlights the broader trend in the world of coin collecting, where seemingly ordinary coins can transform into rare and valuable treasures. Collectors have long been fascinated by the concept of rare errors in minting, and when these errors result in coins that are worth millions of dollars, it attracts even more attention to the world of numismatics. To make things even more interesting, there have been some rumors and speculations surrounding the coin's worth. While some have suggested that the 2015 D penny could eventually fetch upwards of $5 million, there's still a degree of uncertainty about how much these coins will ultimately be worth. As with any collectible market, prices can fluctuate based on demand, availability, and the perceived value of the item. But what is clear is that the 2015 D1 cent coin has already established itself as one of the most valuable and sought-after pennies in recent history. The excitement surrounding the coin didn't just stop with the auction houses and collectors. It also caught the attention of the general public. News outlets and social media platforms quickly picked up the story, and before long, the 2015 D penny had become a symbol of the incredible potential wealth hidden in everyday items. It sparked a wave of curiosity, with people checking their change more carefully, and even buying rolls of pennies from banks in hopes of finding the elusive coin. Suddenly, everyone was talking about pennies, and specifically, the 2015 D1 cent coin. In the world of numismatics, the discovery of a coin like the 2015 D penny is a game changer. It's a reminder that even the smallest and seemingly most insignificant things can hold incredible value. While most of us might not find a coin worth millions in our change jars, it's worth remembering that the next time you drop a penny, it could be one that makes headlines, and maybe even changes your life. As the years go on, the 2015 D penny will likely remain a coveted item among collectors, a symbol of the randomness and mystery that defines the world of coin collecting. The coin's rise to fame is a reminder that sometimes, in the most unlikely places, great treasures await discovery. Whether it's through the lens of historical value, the uniqueness of the error, or the sheer rarity of the coin, the 2015 D1 cent piece has solidified its place in the annals of numismatic history. So, the next time you come across a 2015 D penny in your pocket, or in a roll you just picked up, take a second to examine it. You never know, you might just be holding on to something worth millions. And remember, in the world of coin collecting, every penny could be your ticket to a fortune. Before we wrap things up, if you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin and want to keep exploring more stories like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss out on the next amazing tale from the world of collectibles, rare finds, and jaw-dropping discoveries. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Next, a 2018 D1 cent coin has been sold for a staggering $23 million? That's right. $23 million for a single penny. It might sound unbelievable, but this is one of the most extraordinary and jaw-dropping events in the world of numismatics. The study or collection of coins. In the world of coin collecting, there are items that are considered valuable for many different reasons. Some coins are worth more due to their rarity, while others are prized because of a historical significance that makes them unique. Collectors often pay astronomical amounts for certain coins, whether it's because of a printing error, an unusual feature, or simply because the coin is one of a kind. So, what makes the 2018 D1 cent coin so special? Let's take a closer look at this mind-boggling story. The 2018 D1 cent coin wasn't initially expected to make any headlines. It was a regular penny, minted at the Denver Mint in the United States. The design was nothing out of the ordinary, and it was just another piece of currency that could be found in any pocket change around the country. The coin featured the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse, front, side, and the reverse, back, side had the familiar shield design. So, how did this coin manage to become one of the most expensive in history? It all started with a rare and extremely unusual minting error. In numismatics, Minting errors are one of the most significant factors that can cause a coin to become worth far more than its face value. Minting errors happen when the machines or processes at the mint malfunction in some way, creating coins that are different from the intended design or production standards. Most of the time, these errors are subtle and not very noticeable, but sometimes they can result in coins that are extremely unique and valuable. The 2018 D1 cent coin was a part of a batch of pennies that were produced with a very rare and highly significant error. Instead of the usual copper-plated zinc material that pennies are made of, this particular penny was struck using a special blend of materials, which gave the coin a unique and distinctive color. The combination of elements used in the production of this coin resulted in a piece of currency that was visually different from any other penny minted before. But it wasn't just the color of the coin that made it so extraordinary. The error also caused a slight shift in the positioning of the design elements, causing them to appear slightly off-center. The engraving of Lincoln's portrait was slightly misaligned, and the reverse side of the coin also showed the effects of this error. To collectors and experts in the field, this was an indication that this coin was truly one of a kind. At first, the error was not immediately noticed, as it took some time for the anomaly to be identified. But once it was discovered, the coin was sent to various coin experts and specialists to verify its authenticity and uniqueness. It quickly became clear that this penny wasn't like any other. The rarity of the minting error, combined with its distinctive visual features, made it a highly sought-after piece by collectors from all over the world. The coin was eventually auctioned off, and the bidding process was intense. Collectors, investors, and numismatic enthusiasts were all eager to get their hands on this rare and valuable item. As the bids began to climb, it became clear that this penny was not going to sell for a few dollars, or even a few $100s. It was going to fetch an astronomical price. The final bid for the 2018 D1 cent coin came in at a jaw-dropping $23 million. Yes, you read that correctly. $23 million for a single penny. This made the coin one of the most valuable and expensive items ever sold at auction, far surpassing the value of many other rare coins in history. The sale of the 2018 D1 cent coin shocked the numismatic community and the general public alike. It was hard to fathom that a coin with such a small face value could command such an enormous price. However, the event sparked a renewed interest in coin collecting, as people began to wonder just how many other valuable and rare coins might be hiding in plain sight. This story also raised questions about the true value of money and how it can change over time. A penny, which is typically seen as the lowest denomination of currency, suddenly became a symbol of how a seemingly insignificant object could be worth millions. It's a reminder that value is not always determined by face value, and sometimes the true worth of an item is only realized when someone is willing to recognize its rarity and significance. Coin collecting, or numismatics, has been around for centuries, and it has always fascinated people because of the incredible diversity and history that each coin represents. Some coins are valuable because of their age, others because of their rarity, and still others because of the history or story behind them. Coins can tell us about the cultures, economies, and societies that produced them, and they can be a window into the past. The 2018 D1 cent coin is just one example of how an everyday object can become an unexpected treasure. This particular coin's value was determined not only by its unique minting error but also by the rarity of such an error occurring. Minting mistakes like this are incredibly rare, and finding a coin with this particular error is nearly impossible. As a result, this penny became an object of great desire for collectors, and its price reflected that. But the story of the 2018 D1 cent coin doesn't end there. The sale of this coin raised awareness of the potential value that can be found in everyday objects. People began to search through their coin collections more carefully, hoping to uncover rare items that could be worth far more than they had initially thought. Some even started paying closer attention to coins with small imperfections, hoping to find their own hidden treasures. So, what does this mean for the future of coin collecting and the value of money? Well, the sale of the 2018 D1 cent coin has certainly opened up new possibilities for collectors and investors. It has shown that there are still rare and valuable coins to be found, even in the most unexpected places. This could inspire a new generation of numismatists to delve deeper into the world of coin collecting. Searching for their own unique finds. It also raises interesting questions about the broader world of currency. If a single penny can be worth millions, what about other coins and bills? Are there other mistakes or anomalies in the production of currency that could make certain items highly valuable? The answer is yes. There are certainly other coins, bills, and even tokens that are worth much more than their face value. The world of currency is far more intricate and fascinating than most people realize, and the story of the 2018 D1 cent coin is just one example of how the value of money can be unpredictable. Of course, not every coin or piece of currency will be worth millions, and the chances of finding a rare minting error like this are extremely slim. But this story serves as a reminder that even the most mundane objects can hold surprising value, and it shows how the world of coin collecting can be full of excitement and discovery. As the years go by, the value of certain coins may continue to rise, and the search for rare and unique items will likely remain a significant part of the numismatic community. Collectors will continue to scour coin rolls, scour auctions, and investigate their collections in search of hidden gems. And who knows? Maybe there's another 2018 D1 cent coin waiting to be discovered, just waiting for someone to recognize its true worth. But for now, we can look back at the incredible story of this single penny that managed to fetch a price that many could hardly imagine. It's a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, anything is possible, and sometimes, the most unexpected items can become priceless treasures. And who knows, maybe the next coin you find could be worth more than you ever thought possible. If you're interested in learning more about coin collecting, rare currency, or the fascinating world of numismatics, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. We'll continue exploring stories like this, uncovering more amazing and incredible facts about the world of currency, coins, and everything related to money. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting! Last, the 2001 D1 cent coin has become one of the most valuable coins in history, fetching an unbelievable price of $36 million at auction. This is a story about rarity, mystery, and the hidden treasures that can be found in everyday objects. To most people, a penny is just that, a penny. It's small, insignificant, and something we often discard without a second thought. But for a select few, those pennies can hold a fascinating secret. Over the years, coin collectors, numismatists, and investors have discovered that certain coins can be worth far more than their face value. Some of these discoveries have been staggering, with coins selling for millions of dollars. Among these valuable treasures, the 2001 D1 cent coin stands out for its extraordinary story. The journey of the 2001 D1 cent coin begins with a simple mistake at the US Mint. It's an error that would go unnoticed by most people, but to those with a keen eye for detail, it was a game changer. The 2001 D penny was supposed to be minted with a standard design. However, a tiny but significant mistake during the minting process led to a coin with a rare characteristic that would later make it worth millions. It all started with a small batch of pennies that were accidentally struck with a different die than intended. The die used for this batch of coins was slightly damaged, which caused an unusual flaw in the design. Instead of the usual Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side of the penny, these coins featured a slight misalignment in the image, giving the appearance of an altered design. This tiny error was enough to make these coins incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. As soon as the error was discovered, it set off a frenzy in the numismatic world. People were on the lookout for these rare pennies, hoping to strike it rich by finding one of the misstruck coins. But the rarity of these coins meant that they were few and far between, and those who did manage to find one were often reluctant to part with it. At first, the value of the 2001 D1 cent coin was relatively modest. Like many coin errors, it started out as a curiosity for collectors and wasn't immediately recognized as a major find. However, as time went on, the significance of the error became clearer. Coin collectors and investors began to understand the rarity of these misstruck pennies, and their value skyrocketed. The first major sale of one of these rare pennies took place at an auction, where the coin fetched an astonishing $36 million. The buyer, a wealthy numismatist, had been following the market for years and knew exactly what he was looking for. When the opportunity arose to purchase the coin, he didn't hesitate for a second. The auction made headlines around the world, and suddenly, the 2001D 1-cent coin became a household name. What makes this coin so valuable? Well, for one, it's incredibly rare. While millions of pennies are minted each year, only a small handful of the 2001D coins were struck with the error that caused them to become misaligned. This means that the number of coins in existence is extremely limited, which adds to their value. In addition to its rarity, the 2001D penny is also a symbol of the unpredictability of numismatics. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures can be found in the most unlikely places. What started as a simple mistake in the minting process turned into a multi-million-dollar discovery. It's a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting and the surprising value that can be found in objects that most people would overlook. But the story of the 2001D 1-cent coin doesn't end with its sale at auction. Since then, the coin has become a symbol of wealth and prestige in the numismatic community. It's not just a rare penny, it's a symbol of the lengths that collectors will go to in order to acquire the most valuable coins. The 2001D penny has become the stuff of legend, inspiring countless stories and discussions among collectors and investors alike. The coin's story has also raised questions about the nature of rarity and value. In a world where most things are mass-produced, it's easy to forget that sometimes, a small mistake can make something incredibly valuable. The 2001D penny is a reminder that rarity is often the key to value. It's also a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, the value of a coin can change dramatically over time. What may seem like an ordinary penny today could become a valuable treasure tomorrow. As with many stories of rare coins, the discovery of the 2001D penny also highlights the fascinating world of coin errors. The US Mint and other mints around the world are constantly producing coins, and occasionally, errors occur during the minting process. Some of these errors are minor and go unnoticed, while others are more significant and become valuable collectibles. The 2001D penny is just one example of how an error in the minting process can lead to a coin being worth far more than its face value. Coin collectors and investors often seek out these types of errors, hoping to find the next big discovery. The world of numismatics is filled with stories of rare coins that were once overlooked but later became highly valuable treasures. The 2001D penny is one of the most remarkable examples of this phenomenon. In the years since the sale of the 2001D penny, the world of rare coins has only grown more exciting. Collectors continue to search for hidden treasures, and the value of certain coins has skyrocketed. The 2001D penny, however, remains one of the most significant finds in recent history. Its story serves as a reminder of the strange and unpredictable nature of the numismatic world, where a simple mistake can turn a coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. For many collectors, the 2001D penny is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of the thrill of the hunt. The search for rare coins is an obsession for some, and the discovery of a coin like the 2001D penny can be a life-changing event. It's a reminder that, sometimes, fortune favors the bold and the patient. Of course, the story of the 2001D penny also raises interesting questions about the value of money itself. In a world where most people view coins as little more than change, it's hard to imagine that a penny could be worth millions of dollars. But in the world of numismatics, the value of a coin is determined by far more than its face value. It's about rarity, condition, and history. The 2001D penny is valuable not just because it's rare, but because it tells a unique story. A story of an error, a mistake, and a discovery that changed the world of coin collecting forever. So, the next time you come across a penny, take a moment to consider its potential value. While the 2001D penny may be an extreme case, it's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable things in life are the ones we least expect. You never know when you might stumble upon the next big discovery in the world of numismatics. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories like this one. Thanks for watching.